Hey, what's up? This is Raven Sorvino, the Leimert Park player, and you're tuned into Encore Radio.
The views and comments expressed on the following radio program by its hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect the views of...
Before I had the deal, I was out here with the we been counting money on them niggas. See, before I had them bitches, I was out here with the we been counting money on them niggas. See, before I had the digits, I was out here with the we been counting money on them. See, before I had the deal, I was out here with the we been counting money on them. We some rich young niggas out the project. Still counting money on them. Screaming fuck them other niggas in the process. Right? Still counting money on them. We some rich young niggas out the project. Still counting money on them. We some rich young niggas out the project. Still counting money on them. I was counting money right in front of the corner store.
What's up, folks? It's the Encore Radio Show. Here, it's your boy Wise.
Your girl Ty is here.
And we're rocking out with Raven Sorvino. Now, let me just say this. Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Happy
Now,
to be here.
I saw a lot of stuff about you on the internet, right? Mm-hmm. This was like the first time that I had Googled somebody and I started seeing like misinformation. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, yo, it's lit like that? Okay, cool. Lit like that. All right, so
Word.
They used to call you Kid Raven?
Yeah.
All right, so how did that come together for you?
Kid Raven, was my first name. It was my high school name. I started out like in talent shows, and I went by Kid Raven, and then it just started to be corny to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because my lyrics, I've always had like this aggressive style. You know what I'm saying? Not really afraid to say anything. I'll just, I'm outspoken. I'm gonna say whatever the hell I want to say.
Yeah.
So I was like, Kid kind of is like, it's too corny. It's like
Little.
downplaying my style. You
Right.
feel me?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
my swag. So I was like, I picked up the Sorvino and I was like, Raven Sorvino, and just, it sounds like a villain, like a vigilante or something.
You know what's funny is that the first time that I heard, your name, I was like, yo, her name, I was like, no matter what, maybe Sorvino is not her last name, but Raven is definitely her first name. And I was like, I was like, Raven is not her first name. I've been duped. I have been duped, yo.
My name is Maria Pink.
Yes, Maria.
Right. Okay. So, the Sorvino part, you got that from an actor.
Yeah, Mary
right?
Sorvino.
Yeah. So, what's the first thing you remember seeing her? Like, what show or movie did you just remember seeing her in?
It was Replacement Killers.
Okay.
I heard of that
It
movie.
was on Netflix.
Yeah.
What's funny is that I didn't know who she was, so when I Googled her, I saw. You ever watched a show called Fallen Skies?
I don't think I've seen that, no.
Okay, it's a show on TNT, right? It's like some alien stuff or whatever with the guy from ER. But the one badass character in there, female character, her name is Sarah. That's from Mira Sorvino.
Oh, word! I'm gonna have to check that out.
I was like, oh, that's my chick.
It's organic. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so let me get this correct. Born in Cali, moved to Texas, and then back to Cali.
Yeah, my parents had split. I think like when I was like 4 years old, and my dad had got custody of me and took me to Texas.
Okay.
And then I was out there, and then I think when I was 14, starting to become a woman, my dad was like, "Okay, you gotta go back to your mom."
Oh,
That's
I
crazy.
can't.
That's how it
You're
is.
becoming
though.
a woman now. This is too. That's out of my league. I did my job. He had me from 4 to 14.
Yeah.
So we had that time together, and then I went with my mom. But even though, like, I was still always back and forth. I would come visit my mom. I would stay in Cali in the summers. I would stay here for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So they're both my home.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you? I don't know. Like, how did the move? Texas and Cali influence your music? Because I know it had to somehow.
But I mean, you could just hear like the stuff that I talk about. Like, I don't know. I think it's like a player. It's player because like I have mannerisms and you know what I'm saying, I have that country upbringing, but I got that like LA swag.
Right.
You feel me? So you put those two together, it's just like those combinations is just like it just equals player.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of wavy. Like
It is.
Cali and Texas
Texas
together, this
together.
is fly. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
there's something fly about it. The chemistry in that is just formula, just some player juice.
I like that. I really like that.
Oh man, so Richmond and Leimert Park, right? They're two very different areas. So from what I know as being an outsider.
But at the same time, they remind me of each other.
Really?
Yeah.
From what perspective?
Because like where I grew up in Richmond, like my peoples, our peoples, they have own their own homes.
Okay.
When you walk out of the house, you know your neighbors.
Okay.
We speak to each other. You feel me? Leimert Park is like that too. When I walk out, like my neighbors know when I'm gone. Hey, you back? Good to see you. You know what I'm saying? You been gone. Blah blah blah. We've been watching the house for you. But that's how it is back home.
Right.
You feel me? So
I
that's
was
why
like
it
that.
reminds me of they're similar in a sense.
Okay. Okay. So that first year living in Leimert Park for the primary amount of your time, right? What was that transition like for you?
Well, I didn't move to Leimert Park until I got my own place.
Okay.
Yeah, when I stayed with my mom, we was all over the place. My mom was a wonder. She liked to go here. She liked to go here. She got bored easy, and but when I decided to get my own place and really, really settle down, I moved to Leimert.
Okay. So living in California is like living in California is not like living in New York where like you need like 10 roommates and a dog to move in together.
No, I've never.
Oh, you
That's
blessed.
what's up. I don't. I can't.
I did it once or
You're
twice.
blessed.
And I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
And it was just like one roommate.
Right.
And we had a 2-bedroom. I've never lived with like 5-6 people, ever.
Heck no.
I've lived with 3 people before, and it's a very interesting dynamic. It's one that either it works really well because y'all turn into like a family, or it just like fucking horrible.
See, the thing is with that, like as a family, I'm still not used to that because it's always just me.
Yeah,
my mom.
You were only child.
Yeah, so like, what? You in the bathroom and I'm trying to go to the bathroom? Well, no.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's not gonna work.
And I'm a Cancer too,
Yes.
and I'm the baby. I have 3 older brothers, so when I came in the picture, they were like big grown teenage boys. They was always on their own mission. So I'm like the only child.
Wow.
You feel me? So,
Yeah, I like that. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about, let's jump ahead a little bit. And let's talk about Pretty Pink, because I really, really want to talk about Pretty Pink.
Yeah, let's talk about Pretty Pink. I'm excited.
First, where did the name come from? I mean, I feel like I know, but I want to hear it.
Pretty Pink is my last name.
Yes.
I just feel like this project is one that I feel like all these years, what defines Raven Sorvino and Maria Pink, this would be that project and going forward with my future career in music. Like before, like Paper Girl, I tapped into it a little bit, you know what I'm saying, but I don't think the people were ready for it. And so then I kind of just went and did some other kind of, experimented with stuff. So now I'm like taking it back to that.
So with your music now, this is your 4th release, right?
Yes.
About your 4th release. So where are you now? Like, why now is it the time to say, you know what, here I am?
I just felt it was ready now. Like I put out a project, we put out The Lifestyle, and I think my fans, we experimented. You know what I'm saying? I had fun making that record, but I think my fans were like, can we get Raven Sorvino sound? Can we get your sound? We understand you trying to do something different and maybe try to figure out where you can go with your career, but I think if you just do make the music that you make, I think people are going to just get it. And you're going to be very successful doing what you do in your own lane. Because that's your lane.
So Ty had just mentioned, introductions, right? Now, if I follow your Tumblr, right? So your Tumblr kind of gave me a little bit of indications on what to expect from this. Like short shorts, the color pink, your nails, and money. Like Pretty Pink, so far at least, it sounds like a final introduction to all of your late arriving fans. Like, yo, for the last time, this is who I am. Get to know me.
Right.
Watch out for my next project.
Exactly.
Watch out for my EP. Yeah. That's what it feels like. Am I right?
Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
I'm setting it up.
Just checking. You're part of like this internet wave. A bunch of creators that have been able to utilize the power of the internet to find a niche audience without traditional means. What does that mean to you?
That means a lot because you can dictate and be creative on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody can tell you what to do. Like if you put out something, like I said, in your own lane and your fans gravitate, now you have the power. You know what I'm saying? And now like radio stations and networks, they gotta come to you and they gotta play your shit.
Right.
Not, I gotta make this record for the radio. They want to. This is the sound that's going on right now. This is what they want to hear. So you're doing what other people want you to do. You feel me? You're not really being true to yourself and your creativity. And so that's why I think if you get your own niche audience and you get your own cult following and you build that up, they're going to have to come to you.
It's the
They have
realism
to.
of it.
Yeah, because your numbers are going to rise and they're going to see you popping, they cracking. Everybody wants to latch on to what's cracking.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Okay, so I didn't get a chance to talk to you about 2 other projects that you had released. So I got some, hey, I missed this, but just wanted to, ask about this question. So Playa Del Rey.
Yeah.
Right? I think I saw that your dad was the inspiration for that mixtape.
Absolutely.
Mixtape.
Yeah,
right?
well, it was like a mixtape because Live Mixtape premiered it for me. Shout out to them over there. Yeah. Playa Del Rey, that was one. I had a lot of fun making that record. Shout out to Woody, and Woody is the sole producer of Pretty Pink.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So he pretty much did all of those records on there. He came in at the end of Paper Girl, but those records didn't actually make the album because it was the sound was just way too different. So I was like, well, bro, we just gotta just make a project around this sound. So Rich Kid came in and added elements to it. Willie B. Ichiban came in and added elements to it. Who else do we have on there? Somebody else I'm missing. But more so the Formula, which I worked with them on Paper Girl. And that was pretty much it. Playa Del Rey is a beach, probably like 15 minutes from Leimert Park. It's Playa Vista, Playa Del Rey, Marina Del Rey. They're all connected. Yeah, so we just gonna call it Playa Del Rey.
I like it. I like it.
We took the Superfly cover and made it me.
Nice.
I like it. I really like it.
Yeah, just have fun on that one. I had 2 big features on there at the time. It was Casey Veggies and Problem.
Yeah. Casey Veggies.
So with that, the player personality really falls into your audience of who you are, right? But I don't really see that too much. That real player personality in our generation as much.
Right.
Like we need that. I need that.
It's time. I gotta speak to the young girls.
Yeah,
getting out of control.
I was gonna say that.
And maybe it's me being the older head, you know what I'm saying? But then that's my job, you know, especially being older, like you have to teach the youngsters, you know, because they're like 16, 17 years old now. And they're thinking like, doing mad drugs and being burnt out. That's cute. No, man, that's not tight.
Right.
You feel me? Like nothing tight is nothing tight about that. Don't let these dudes that gas you like sipping crazy lean all the time and popping mollies and doing mad drugs and being burnt out and following these rappers and this rapper and this rapper. I'm not player hating, but at the same time, it is my job as a female to be a leader for other females and not turn my back on girls and be like, yo, that's just not wavy, man.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you want to go have fun, that's fine. It's nothing wrong with having fun, by all means, but carry yourself a certain type of way. Like, have some respect for yourself.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
With what, where do you think the turn went? Like, where did the turn go where everyone's like, you know what, I'm going to do lean. You know what, I'm going to do Molly, my champagne. Like, I'm going to do all of this. Is it really to blame, like, music as an artist? Like, how influential, how aware do you have to be of what you're putting out? Like, you know what I'm saying, to the next generation and et cetera, because they follow your lead.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I don't know. Like, I can't just blame music,
Yeah.
They've been doing that for years. Like, when even NWA came out, they wanted to blame NWA for gang violence. Like, it just starts from home, I guess.
Yeah.
Your parents, you feel me? And then from there, it's just a decision that you have to make. Like, even my parents they worked, they separated, and they worked all the time. So I was home by myself the majority of the time. But I didn't latch on to bad people and do bad shit. You feel me? Like, I stuck to myself, and I was like, I'm gonna be something one day. And in order for me to be something one day, I can't go, and I knew this at an early age, I can't run off and go do a bunch of stupid shit, like getting pregnant at 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the first thing your parents fear is that teenage girls, especially if they're not around you all the time. It's like, I hope my daughter is making the right decision and being a good girl while we're at work all day. You feel me? So my parents never had to, like, keep me under a microscope like that. Like, I just knew, like, I have boyfriends, but we're not doing that like that. Because I'm not going to get caught up, and I see something for myself in the future, and I can't do that with 17-year-old with a baby on my back.
Right.
Plus, you got brothers, and they would probably have to to kill him.
Yeah.
At the same time,
all that. It would've been
But
all that.
see, I don't have no brothers. I was that big brother for my sister though, and even though me and my sister didn't really get along that much, right? Yeah, no. Even if we on the worst of terms, no dude can't play you like that.
Yeah.
And none of that quick shit not happening in here. Like I know what it is.
To be honest, I think because I'm the only child, I always miss out on that. Like, that brotherly love, like, and that gets me so tight because it's like my mother has to be my brother and my sister, my mother, my father, and I have a father. She gotta be everything. So it's just like, ugh. But anyway, moving on from me to you.
It's all good. No, we having a discussion.
Yeah, we are. This is why we do this. You know, this is Saturday mornings with the Encore radio show. It's Saturday morning.
And I came from Jersey.
She came from Jersey. I came.
What you doing,
girl? and she's in town. Talk about your tour. What's going on with that?
Yeah. Well, I was on the tour with Joey Fats and Maxo Cream. Shout out to Joey for putting me on that tour. That was a really good experience for me because I got a chance to test the waters of being in front of people live and like out of my element, like out of LA, of course, like out of New York because I'm always here performing. But yeah, we went to Texas, San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Houston, and then we did the East Coast run, which was DC, Virginia Beach, Boston, here, and the Rhode Island show got canceled. And then I was supposed to go do Denver, but I had to stay here in New York and handle some business.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
But it was a good experience though for me. Like I'm ready. We working on a tour right now. I can't say yet, but I'm excited about this one. I just put it like this: it's a female tour.
Yes,
it's time for the ladies because you look at all these bills and it's a lot of dudes.
Yes,
you know, and females can hold their own, and I don't know what's the shout. If any of you promoters are listening, like girls are dope, and fans want to see chicks that are tight. Yo, like I just seen Dominique last night. Dom, I think that's her name.
Dominique,
it was her birthday party. She's dope. Like shout out to her. I saw her perform. Like her cadence, her vocals. She's not afraid. She had mad energy. So like promoters, book these females on these shows, man. It's just like 20, 50 dudes on one bill. Yeah. No and girl, like come on. The fans, trust me, they want to see because I went on tour and I had it lit. Go look at my Instagram, like they was turned up. Yeah. You feel me?
First plug at Raven Sorvino.
Yeah, like Instagram. And some of them had never even heard of me before. Some of them have seen me on the internet, but just never seen me perform, and they was just like, "Oh my God, you're amazing." Nice. So I'm gonna put together all female tour.
Nice. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
That's gonna be real.
I think as women, we need to empower each other too, and stop trying to be crabs in the bucket and bring each other down. Like we see all these dudes collaborating and getting on tracks with each other, but females, we want to be. Oh no, I'm that bitch. I'm like, well, number one, why you want to be a bitch? Be a queen.
Thank you.
And let's all just hold the throne together.
Thank
you feel me?
Yes. Like, I mean, that was a term like I probably used that term when I was in high school, and my homeboys like, Ty, don't ever say I'm that bitch. You're not a bitch. Yeah. Like, I'm like, yeah, you're right. What the hell am I doing? Like, the hell? But with female MCs, do you ever feel like y'all are limited? What I mean is because y'all have to have a certain image or a certain style of music always because, a certain sound too because, like, the industry is very male dominated.
Right.
So it's like, how do you still be yourself and not trying to conform to what, the female MC kind of has to be?
Right. Well, it is very difficult. But like I said, I always try to never let that pigeonhole me. I think being raised by my father and 3 older brothers, kind of being a tomboy, I can speak the language to males and females. You feel me? And I think my my music is genderless. Like it can go both ways. You feel me? Like dudes can relate to what I'm saying and girls can relate to what I'm saying. But I'm starting to like change that and speak up more for the women though. Like dudes listen to women, like dudes are just like, I don't want to hear a woman's point of view. Women are stupid, blah blah. But you love us and you love being around us, so no, we're not. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You texting us all day. You want female energy around you. You want to lay up underneath this. You want to hit this. You want to do all that. So no, you gonna listen to what the fuck we got to say.
I hear that.
Straight up and down. You feel me?
Nice. In Playa Del Rey, and I mean, we're gonna talk about that a little later. I've always wondered how you balance this this persona, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Fantasy Island, is that getting a video or are we just dubbed with videos?
We're done.
Man, look, last night, it's 2 songs that did this to me, Fantasy Island and Ice Cream.
Oh,
but
Ice Cream.
Y'all, like, both, it's like I'm listening to the words, and instead of like seeing the word, you know, as it's like playing or whatever in my head, like my mind is just like a paintbrush. It's just like painting this beautiful image of like what you were thinking about when you were recording these tracks. Like you find a way to be that cool, chill, homegirl person, but at the same time you still can get it like sexy at the same time.
Absolutely.
So how do you find yourself threading that line and being comfortable with it?
It's just me being me.
Nice.
I don't. It's like I really don't put no thought into it. Like, oh, I gotta be like this or I gotta be like this. It's just like if the beat comes on, like, you know, of course I write my own music. If the beat speaks to me and then I just let that pen just go, and it's crazy. Like it's a zone that I get in. Like I don't have to smoke no weed. I don't have to be messed up. Like I can be dead sober in the middle of nowhere. I hear a right beat. My brain just starts going.
Nice.
It all comes up here first, and then it goes to the paper.
I think that's the
iPhone. Now, being that technology.
Facts.
But you know what? I admire that too, though, because that's the true you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that proves to fans, you know, to your followings that this is really who I am. Like I'm not in it just to be in it. Like I literally have a passion for this. My spirit is in it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which makes you separate from different artists. You know what I'm saying? Because different artists is different.
Yeah, different.
They're different.
Okay, so lifestyle now. You dropped a freestyle for that project on your father's blog, James L. Pink Boulevard, for those wondering.
Oh yeah.
How sentimental was that for you?
That was amazing. We actually did that when I was on tour on the Joey Fats tour. I went home on the street that I grew up, and you know my father had passed, and they gave him a street right in the school. We have a school called T.O. Pink Elementary, which is my uncle.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they built the school on my dad's street.
Wow.
So we went over there and talked to the principal, and the kids are doing really good in school academically, and the school's beautiful. It's gorgeous. You see Pink, T.O. Pink. I mean, my dad's name is in there. Like, we got footage. A documentary's gonna come on because it's amazing.
Nice. So the Pink family has a lot of has deep roots in Texas.
Yeah, they were like part of the reason like a lot of black people could vote back in the hometown that I'm in, and we own like serious amount of property, estates, and oil, all kinds of stuff.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
that's
definitely
serious.
what's up. Yeah,
I like that.
So how important was your dad to you?
That's very important to me because my dad, that was everything he lived in. He died for. Like he wanted to make sure that's why it wasn't like he took me from my mom to get back at my mom just didn't want to come to Texas, so he wanted me to be raised around my roots, around my family, around the Pinks. He wanted me to experience that. So when he passed, like, and to see his accomplishments and to see like go to his street, I'm just like, man, all these years, like I see why he did everything that he did, and now it just makes sense now. You know?
I mean, having a street named after you, like, check mark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is, and that's something that's always gonna be there. Always gonna be there, Stan. Like that is definitely a blessing. Cause
there would be times like as a kid, I'd be like, why are we staying in this country? Like, especially when I go to LA and I come back, I would be like, I was just at the beach. Now I'm in the woods.
Right.
These damn red bugs is eating me. Armadillos is walking across the street. You know what I mean? But when I look back at it now that I'm older, like I love that I was raised in the South. I love it. Like I miss it so much living in California. Like when I go back home, it's like paradise to me.
Yeah.
So I've never been to Texas before, right? But I did live in North Carolina for a little while, right? How was it? I just need this clarification. How is it, right, that the South is really like, I mean, to me, the South is, Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, kinda, until you get to like Miami, and that's like a whole different country. And you got Mississippi and Louisiana. But how does Texas get in there? Like, to me, Texas is like Midwest, no?
It's the South.
I never got that. I never understood that.
It's country as hell.
So if you were to go to like a different state in the country, quote unquote, it's similar, lifestyle similar?
Texas is its own planet.
I really want to go to Texas.
Okay.
You feel me? Like it's its own world.
It's
over
Texas.
there. It's Texas.
Like,
it's weird.
Texas.
It's weird. Like it's strange, and I really didn't understand it until I left and came back.
You know what?
As a kid, I took advantage of it. You feel me?
Really?
I just
Okay.
didn't know. Like,
Yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
really focused in on that.
Right.
But once you get older and then you're gone away for so long and then you come back, you're like, this is crazy over here. You just, the environment, the people, like, it's nuts.
So question, so here in New York, when you're in like school or whatnot, you get information about the history of New York City, right? Well, at least New York City and New York State, but more so focused on New York City. You talk about the 5 boroughs and blah, blah, blah.
You said in school?
In school, yeah.
I'm going to tell you how I learned about New York from music, rap music.
Really? Really?
That's
Okay.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, so Texas.
I probably didn't pay attention. I wasn't one to pay attention
I mean,
to
no,
school.
because
Like,
we didn't really talk about Texas like that either. Like, I think it's more so focused on like just that state. So in Texas, like, what history did they give you about the state really of Texas?
the Alamo.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. They told us that much. They told us that much too. Okay.
But like, is there a lot of natives there still? Like, is there?
That's a lot of people.
Is it?
Texas used to be
There's a
part
lot
of
of white
Mexico.
people.
I know, that's what I'm
It's a
saying.
lot
I
of
would
Hispanics.
expect it
It's
to
a
be.
lot. It's a lot of Hispanics. It's a lot of white people.
Yeah, I would expect it to be like, well, in my head, I always envisioned Texas to be like Spanish natives.
When I grew up there, the time that I grew up there, it was definitely like a lot of white people. I mean, it was like they felt like they ran it to where like they'll
That's
call you
interesting.
a nigga in your face.
Damn.
Nigga.
Damn.
When you were
can't
growing
say
up?
you can't say nothing. Like what you gonna say? Like because they.
Wow.
See the thing. I have a really big issue. Like I can't.
I think growing up in New York kind of spoiled us. I'm gonna say that.
Not in Staten Island.
Well, yeah, 'cause
Not in
y'all-
Staten Island. You
y'all
would be called niggas real quick too. Like you would be at the Staten Island Mall and it'll be a car of white people, niggers.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, what? I'll pick up a rock, throw that. Like I can't. And like even my mom, like I know my mom, she was called a nigga when she was probably like 21 in the Staten Island Mall she's working in. So my mom was from Bed-Stuy. I was raised in Staten Island, so we are two different people. But it's still the same. When I say that, she picked up a register and hit her in the head with it.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how she picked up the whole register.
What up, Tim?
The adrenaline.
You know what I'm saying? She was in jail for that. Shout out to you,
Yeah.
team, because you hold it down. But that's, you know what I'm saying? Because she's from the South. And, you know, they had South Carolina. I forget what part. But, like, they had, you know, some, you know, their family was known, too, there. And, yo, I can't. Like, I can't.
I could not. I only experienced racism when I lived in North Carolina.
Yeah.
I never experienced it in Rhode Island. I never experienced it in Connecticut. I definitely never experienced it here in New York. You know, so when I heard stories before I moved to North Carolina, I was like, people still do that shit?
Yeah,
Like,
people are still ignorant, yes.
and only when
It's
I
sad.
got down
It
there
is.
and I saw the Confederate flag and I heard people like explain away the fucking Confederate flag, stars and bars, I was like, what?
See now, as a Southerner, how do you feel about the Confederate flag coming down? Because we talked about this a few episodes ago.
Burn that shit.
Okay. Now I'm gonna be honest. I at first was like, oh, why are you taking it down? Now I'm saying that because of what it means. Like when we see that flag, like us black people, like we really know. Well, hopefully we know like what it means. Like who died. Like all this blood that was shed over it. Right. I don't want it to be taken down, and then the next generations have no idea what the fuck is going on.
I
You know what I'm
understand
saying?
where you're coming from.
I get that.
You
You know what I'm saying?
There.
So that's why I was like, and plus you're taking it down now.
Right.
After what? You know what I'm saying? After how
I
long?
wasn't after that North Carolina.
Yes, I got
incident.
the white boy.
You know what? I will say this about that, right? I didn't know particularly in South Carolina, I didn't know the history of the Confederate flag. I thought that they had just flew it just because after the Civil War. The Confederate flag in South Carolina was actually only flown after the whole Civil Rights Movement and Jim Crow got disbanded or whatever it was. You know, that's only when they rose the Confederate flag again. I was like, oh, now that's malicious.
I
Like,
mean,
that's different.
I'm sorry, they are malicious. And I'm
Straight up.
I mean, I never understood why. I don't care. I don't understand. And like half my family is white. Like I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Y'all are malicious.
Oh,
Now,
man.
moving on.
Yeah. Well, no, and then, but see, look, when I went through that as a kid, one thing my dad always told me, because he worked with white people, and he was like, don't make the white people your enemy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to raise you to hate white people.
Nah.
If they ignorant, let them be ignorant on their own.
Right.
I don't want you to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Because there's gonna be some good white people that you're gonna make a lot of money with.
Yeah, of
one
course.
day. This is what he told me.
That's a
He
good message.
made.
That's a good
So I
thought.
went to school. They took me out of public school, and I went to private school. This is in Texas. My dad did, and I went to school with all white kids. Now these kids were a little bit different from the kids that we lived in the neighborhood. They were nice. They were rich.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they was cool. So then I learned how to adapt with white people, and now it's like I'm a white chick magnet or a magnet to white people because they love me.
Yeah.
Like they grab it, like especially old, probably racist white men.
Yes.
They love
The
me.
fantasies
Like,
they have.
want to know what's
Yes.
popping with Raven Sorvino.
I feel you,
I'm
girl.
like, what? If you
Girl,
gonna go somewhere?
it's so weird though because I feel like, is it really genuine? No. Like sometimes, like
Who
you know what I'm
knows?
saying? Like when I was at work last night, there was this white guy at my job, and I work in
Curious
Fulton,
could be.
Fulton and Franklin.
Oh,
Fulton and Franklin.
Gentrification central right there.
He had
Okay.
on.
But that was going back on the slavery days.
Yeah,
They
that's
wanted-
what I'm saying.
They wanted it.
They always gonna want it because I mean, it's better than black. Look at my skin. I'm trying. What?
Yeah, but what's cool was like too. My dad was the first black dude to play golf on this.
Oh wow.
Golf course is like a plantation golf course in Houston. No black man had ever was even allowed to walk through those doors.
That's a crazy.
And he was invited to come, and then they embraced him. They even showed up to his funeral.
That's it. You know what? See, that's the part that's crazy because from one perspective, right? I would be like, yo, I don't even want to play there. Like, nah, I don't want to play here. Like, I'm playing on a plantation. I'm playing on the blood. I'm playing on a course that the blood.
Well, it wasn't a
of my
plantation
ancestors-
like that. That's just what they.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
See,
just like,
people even using that term.
Yeah,
like, y'all
but
don't
my
even want
dad was
that.
like, I'm gonna come in here and be a nigga
Yeah.
though, and he did that. He's like, I'm gonna bring y'all to my level. They were like, oh, he had them run to play dominoes, drink Johnny Walker. They was like some different men after he came on there. They were like,
Nice.
we love you. Come to our house, hang out. What is this cards that you play? We want to play these cards. Like they didn't know none of that. You know what I'm saying? So my dad took them to a whole nother level. He brought them to his world.
Yeah,
And
see,
so
and
that-
I like that he was able to do that.
Yeah.
There was this term that I found that I recently started hearing, Negropean, where like black people they try to find this. I mean, I'm certainly a victim of it as well. I've done the same exact thing, where they try and find a place where they're still black but not too black, right?
What's too
And
black?
Yeah, what is too black?
Too black is like for example, you go to work, right? For me, matter of fact, I work in corporate America.
Yeah.
I go to work and like I'm like turned up, like black style, quote unquote, like my style, turned up, right?
Okay.
And I go to work and I'm like, oh yeah, did you guys see my pictures on Instagram? And it'd be like they would be like, this is you? Like I don't even understand how this can be you. Like you work here, you know. They don't. Sometimes I feel like some people don't understand that like there's a time and place for everything, and I could be that turned up character that I am.
I
But at
think
the
you should
same
just use
time,
turned up.
Not too black.
not too
Yeah.
bad. Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Just turned.
okay.
You
Because
just
white
too
people
turned.
get turned-
You on level 2.
Yeah.
You might need to bring it down to a 7 or a 6.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But at the same time, you know, I felt like my white counterparts could be 10, white 10, and then still be 3, and there not be a judgment factor to that.
I understand what you're saying.
See, so that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes, like to the judgment factor. So like my 10 might be like a 20 to them. So let me bring it down to like a 5, which could be a 10 for them,
Right.
And I'll show them my 5s, and then work at like a level 1, which is like a 3 for them as well. You know, so I always like find
They
myself
always
trying
just gonna
to
look at
scale
you
it.
because you're black.
Exactly.
that's
So
what
you know,
it is.
I always find myself trying to scale myself.
That's their problem.
Yeah.
Not yours.
See, I need
Right.
see. I should
No,
have
seriously.
had that mindset growing up.
You know,
Seriously.
that's their problem. And it doesn't matter what race they are. Anybody that doesn't like your energy, as long as you're not being offensive,
Right.
disrespecting anybody, if you got energy, you come into work. So
Right.
what? That's you. Like, they
Yep.
should be happy you got energy.
Yeah.
You come and bring a good positive vibes and good energy. I'd rather be around someone like that than somebody like
Yes.
mopey and down all day. Like, yo,
Yes.
son, we already got to be here for 8 hours. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, come on.
Oh,
The energy's
man.
killing me.
Oh man, yeah. It's funny because like, you know, me, I have 3 coworkers that I hang out with. 2 coworkers
Yeah.
that I hang out with on a regular basis, and well, at work at least. And we'll walk in, just be all like chill, whatever, professional, whatnot. So we get around the corner to the cafeteria. It's like, yo, my nigga, what's good, bro?
Oh yeah, what?
Son, what the fuck was going on this weekend? I seen your IG. Your IG was lit. The whole demeanor changes.
That's because you're around your people now. You shoot shit.
Oh,
that's
man.
what it is.
That's
like girls too. Like
Okay.
I don't really necessarily think it's like a race thing. It's just who you're comfortable with. It's like girls. Like when we at our dudes, we're one way.
Yeah.
But when we get around, girl, this nigga, and we just totally different. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like,
See, that's the crazy thing. Like I'm the same. Like amongst black males and females, I'm the same person. Like you could be my girl. Like I'm that same dude no matter what. Like I'm very consistent.
but your conversation changes.
It has to change.
Like it has to. Like I'm not gonna talk about what I'm gonna talk about with my homegirls, with my dude. Certain things. For certain things you gotta. This is only for your girls. Like it's like like guys. Like they're not gonna tell their girl everything. Like if they see a bad bitch, they're not gonna be like, "Hey babe, I seen this bad bitch today."
But you know what?
Though?
I'm dating girls like that.
It depends on your relationship.
Like yo,
I'm not gonna do that.
Like yo, shorty.
I'm not gonna do that. And I wish my nigga would come tell me he seen a bad bitch.
I'm like, oh yeah,
I'm gonna
you
be
see that
like,
with your
what?
eyes?
Yo, shorty walking past, we both looking at her ass at the same time. Like, yo,
but I think that's your own. I think that's privacy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because we're in a relationship, we don't have to like I gotta just give all of myself. Like I'm not even married to you. You know what I'm saying? If we're married, maybe we could. That it could be a little bit different. I don't know, but like I just think people kind of should have their own privacy as long as you're not like pursuing this person or whatever. But like if I see a cute dude, I'm like, God damn, nigga's fine as fuck.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna go tell my dude that. But if I give him a girl scene, it's fine as they go to trade. Oh my God. He was so gorgeous. He had me, but I had a dude, I kept it moving. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm talking about.
Is that how y'all
so the conversation changes.
Conversation goes?
Yes. Come on,
You've
seen Sex in the City. That's real.
It is real.
Okay, so you've been out with a consistent career for a minute now, right? So what's most important for you music wise now versus what it was when you first recorded and eventually dropped your first project, Inspired?
What's the difference?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a little more polished now.
Okay.
I got a little more knowledge of the industry now. I think back then I was new. I was an amateur to the business.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe I was a little more sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And over constructive criticism.
Okay.
And if this didn't go this way and this didn't go that way, my feelings was hurt a little bit more. But now since I've been in it and I'm a little stronger, I understand how people work.
Okay.
Then I know what to expect now.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? This is probably changing the whole topic right now. But how did you feel about the Aaliyah movie?
Oh God.
You know why I'm asking you that, right?
It's awful.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch it. I just heard. I couldn't even watch it. But
yeah, I did.
I had people
like
pressing me to go audition for it at the time, and I was just like, and I was thinking about it. I told my manager, I was like, maybe I should go audition. This before I even knew what it was gonna be. They were just it was talks about it. They were doing casting, and then I finally got a hold of the person that I was supposed to go see, and then I went to sleep that night, and I was supposed to go see that person the next morning, and I said, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
So
because I don't want to I don't want to feel and try to walk in her shoes.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And I feel like the movie didn't even really portray her in her shoes.
Glad. Yeah, exactly. And I already put out the Inspired project,
Yeah.
So from a perspective of a California.
That's a new word.
Rapper. I'm just making up
What
something.
was you gonna say?
Yeah, from the perspective of a California artist, right? Whereas you guys have much more opportunities to be visually seen, whether it's through castings for movies or television shows or whatnot. How different is that? How different is it when you come to New York and the special opportunities that you guys have in California is different over here?
I think it's equal opportunity, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
come here and get a lot of work done.
Okay.
Are you saying as far as television?
Yes, as far as from a television perspective.
I just tapped into the television one time when I did the Hell's Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really an expert in TV yet. That is something that I do want to venture off into. I majored in theater
Yes,
and drama,
yes.
performing arts. So it is something that I'm looking forward to going, taking my career further and doing acting. Cause like Hell's Kitchen was so fun, and like I was rapping on there, but just being in the cameras and being on set, pulling up the Fox, it was awesome. I definitely want to experience that again.
What else is new for you? I'm saying that because I was on your Instagram and I seen somebody with a shirt on. This guy. So like, are we expecting more merchandise from you? Like,
Definitely, I'm definitely tapping into the fashion, jewelry, stuff like that.
What do you?
More so not just an artist anymore. I'm becoming more of an entrepreneur now. I have my own company now, the Out Here Girls.
Yes.
So
talk about that.
Forming my own business. So yeah, I'm gonna start signing girls and just kind of representing females.
Yes.
That's what's up. So that's where you feel like your career is now, where you're like, okay, like I want to start grabbing talent and putting them on a platform like I have a platform now as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, like just helping them out creatively, branding, doing some consulting, just stuff like that.
Nice. Okay. In the last year or so, right? I'm starting to really, I feel like your flow is really maturing. Whereas like you feel like you found that, at least I feel like you found that perfect Texas meets Cali flow.
Exactly.
Right? So for your fans, right, from Pretty Pink, like what should they expect? What should they be in store for from this project?
Very, very well polished.
Okay.
Like extremely polished. Like I've had these songs for over a year. One of the songs is like 1.5 years old. We've been working on this for a long time. And I'm just like, every time I listen to it, I'm just amazed.
Nice. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I pat myself on the back, like the flows and just how I recorded it. Like sometimes out here, like I got a little sloppy right there, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe like this bar got a little lazy. You could tell I was trying to close it out or whatever. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I go back and I critique my music, you know. But this one, to me, it's so perfect. Like from the way I delivered it, from the way I wrote it, from the production, the way it's mixed, you know what I'm saying? From the artwork that we're putting out to the campaign that we have going on. Like, it's, to me, I feel it's the one.
Nice.
It's definitely the one.
I really love that.
Yeah.
Have you gotten any like talk about Pretty Pink in comparison to like Nicki?
My manager brought that up to me. No one's, because we haven't put out any music from it yet. So the campaign has not really that big and getting a lot of attention yet. People just know I got something coming, but I think it's gonna set in, and I think that is gonna happen. But my last name is Pink. What do you want from me?
Exactly.
You feel me? Like, I'm not making this up. My father has a street, James L. Pink Street. There's a school. You feel me? And that's pretty. That's beautiful. That's pretty to me. So that's what Pretty Pink is.
Just a matter of coincidence in this situation, folks. Okay, so to be correct, Lights Out came out in what, January 2015?
It was January.
Okay, so we got two projects in 2015. So I'm just gonna say that I feel like we're gonna get like one amazing project in 2016. Can I say that? Okay,
I'm working. I'm in the studio recording. I'm not stopping.
Good. Okay. Like just don't forget about the little people when you drop this next one, because this next one's gonna be like, I feel like this one's gonna be it.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna be it. I feel like you have certainly, like I said, giving people enough time to say, okay, well, like, this is Raven Sorvino. This is what her sound is like. This is what she's matured into. Okay, this is who she is. Fine, all right. So now the next one is going to be like, all right, well, now I'm just going to flex for y'all real quick.
Yeah. I've been quiet, you feel me? So I think Pretty Pink is giving me, like, the inspiration and the confidence to keep going. So now I'm just in the studio, like, insane. I'm going crazy. Nice. Like, I'm pulling, like, a Future, like, for real. Yeah, just focus.
I really fuck with it. Let's talk about the singles you sent in too. Ice Cream and Buckets. Like
now those Ice Cream was just a Lucy. It was a Lucy we put out there. People really love it. I perform it live.
I like that word, Lucy.
Yeah, it's a Lucy. And Bucket Hat Slow was on the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah. Okay.
What was your inspirations for those though?
Well, I'm Bucket Hat.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm listening to something. This is so her. Like, this is so
In fact, I was out last night at the little party, the Source party, and some random dude came up to me. He was like, "Where your bucket hat at?"
Oh.
I was like, word? And he's like, "Yeah, I know who you are. You slipping." And I was like, "I can't just have my hair pressed and be pretty." He was like, "Nah, I got you."
Yeah, I love that shit. I love that shit.
Nice. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break from the Encore Radio Show. Live here is Wise.
Your girl Ty.
And we're rocking here with Raven Sorvino. We'll be right back. Would you like to sponsor the Encore Radio Show? Email us at radio@encoreradioshow.com. Coming up next on the Encore Radio Show.
To purchase them. And she was like, "Oh, okay. Hold on, I'll be right back. Blah, 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 blah." And she was like, "How are you paying for these?" I said, "Cash."
Why you
Flex
mad?
on them.
So I pulled $1,200 out of cash. It was like,
Yes.
all the white ladies was in there like, "Okay."
Yes.
And they weren't ones, so don't try to play me like I'm a stripper.
Yes.
All right, folks, we back. It's Wise.
Your girl Ty.
We here with Raven Sorvino.
Hey.
Matter of fact, let's just jump right into that. You know, you got some international shows coming up. I seen you flexing your passport on the IG.
Yeah. It's that time, man.
It is that time.
It's
nice.
that time to go overseas, man.
Nice.
I'm ready. So
What-
we're working out some things right now. After the project drops and it circulates, and probably gonna be heading out maybe let's say October.
Nice.
Yes,
Okay.
good.
Heading over.
What's one place overseas you want? Like I saw a little snippet. I think either on your IG or on Tumblr, a picture of the Eiffel Tower.
Paris.
Yeah, so it's Paris.
And he was like, when I get to Paris, me and my girl me like this. I think something like that. Something like
My
that.
mode
See?
of going to the Chanel store.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, you are across the world doing what you love to do. You better get
I think
it.
I went to for the first time ever. This is how I know everything's about to really happen.
Yes.
Because I'm so proud.
Good.
I went to Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive, off of Wilshire actually. I went into the Barney's, New York, and they have a Chanel store inside of Barney's, and I purchased my first pair of Chanel shoes.
Yes.
And the lady said, at first she tried to play me, right? Like, because I'm the only black chick in there. We already know Barney's history, right? So she was like, I'm like standing around, nobody wants to like really help me.
Yeah.
And she was like, finally I was like, "Excuse me, can I, I had the shoe. I was like, can I try these on?" And actually I had them on hold. My manager had called and put them on hold.
Yeah.
I was like, I have some shoes on hold for Raven. And she was like, "Oh, let me go see. I don't know anything about that. Let me go see." She tried to play me like that. So she goes to the back and she's like, "Oh, you just want to try these on?" I said, I already tried them on. I said I came to purchase them. And she was like, "Oh, okay. Hold on, I'll be right back. Blah, 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 blah." And she was like, "How are you paying for these?" I said, "Cash."
Why you
Flex
mad?
on them.
So I pulled $1,200 out of cash. It was like,
Yes.
all the white ladies was in there like, "Okay."
Yes.
And they weren't ones, so don't try to play me like I'm a stripper.
Yes. Now, you know what, though? That is great. Because I told me, my friends said the same thing. He was like, "Yo, as soon as we buy our first, whatever your favorite brand is or whatever, when you buying that, like, straight cash, like, we feel like, okay, I made it." And it's like, you just need that, like, confirmation.
Exactly.
Like, this is it. Like, I worked hard.
And then, the first thing they always expect us, like, how you paying for it? They think we're going to pull out some bogus credit cards.
No.
I like to purposely, even though my card is good, I like to
Yeah.
just go to the bank, get the cash, and drop that cash on them. Like, I went into Bloomingdale's at the Beverly Center, and the MCM bag, $700. She's like, "Oh, how you paying for this?" Cash. We just, right there, she was like, and the attitudes just changed.
The attitudes
You
changed.
signed up for Bloomingdale's, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. I didn't want to be my best friend.
Yeah.
I want you to come back. You can get these awards points, blah, 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 blah. I'm like,
Like, now you
on
know me?
Yeah.
Now
But now
you
when
know
I
me.
walk into Bloomingdale's Beverly Center, they know who I am. Oh,
Flex.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm in there buying Y3s, all kind of.
Yes.
They know me now.
No, but that
I
is
go in there and
really
spend money.
good. Yeah, that is really good.
I like that. I like
Me
that.
too.
I don't.
I mean, hell yeah. Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
For me, like, if I have an experience like that, and I guess I always do this. If I have an experience like that, I just won't come back. I won't come back. Like, if I feel like if I didn't have money per se, you wouldn't look at me the same way. No, I'm good. I don't want to shop here. I'll shop elsewhere because I want to spend my money where people respect me before they see me pull out my wallet or pull out that wad of cash. Like, I want you to respect me from Jump Street.
Oh yeah, I went into the Chanel store. That's why I went to the one at Barney's. They're a little bit better, but I went to the Chanel store in Beverly Hills. I walked in there. Nobody said nothing to
So
me.
crazy.
Oh, nah.
Nothing.
That's OD.
That is really crazy to me.
And that was where I was originally gonna buy the shoes at. From there, I was like, I'm gonna go to Barn. I'm gonna give them my money. Y'all fugazi in here.
Yep.
Y'all hating ass.
Hating. But why are you hating though? I never understood what was the purpose of me.
And other people were sitting down, they bringing them cappuccino and all kinds of shit. Like they didn't say not one word to me.
Wow.
I can't vibe with that. So you studied theater, right? So I spent last night watching almost all your videos that are very well done. I mean, that's even saying that is a severe understatement. I think one video that really showcases your vision, right, or the talent that you have with the vision is the Machiavelli video, right? Now, the beginning where you imitate Pac and like even the way that the cameraman shot it was very like 1990s,
very
like
cinematic.
Cali, almost reality type. So like, yo, this is what's happening right now,
right?
You know, so what do you think is the one thing that sets your videos apart from some of your peers?
Well, that's one thing we take very serious is my visuals. Sometimes, like back in the day, like if we didn't really have the budget or the right director or whatever the case may be, like there's so many songs we wanted to shoot visuals for, but we couldn't because we didn't have the means to do it right. So, you know, that's why like a lot of songs, like you said, Fantasy Island, this deserves a visual, but maybe at the time we really didn't have the money. We just don't want to just do a video to just do a video. You feel me? Like everything's really, really thought out. Like the Machiavelli video was really, really thought out. We put a lot of time into that, and that's the last real visual that I've done. But the next few videos, oh man, they're gonna be crazy. One, I think everybody's not gonna really expect it. And the second one that we're gonna shoot when I get back home, out of here. It's gonna be like, it's gonna squash every video I've ever did.
There you go. I like that. I like that. Okay, so Aaliyah and Tupac, how important are they to the puzzle of who you are as an artist?
Oh man, you know, I'm so inspired by Aaliyah. Pac, I caught on to Pac like as I got older, after like he had already passed. You know, so Biggie was one of my favorite rappers, honestly. That's my favorite. That's my number one. Everybody knows that. Like, I got a big picture of Biggie over my couch. I sit there.
I seen it, yeah.
Yeah, he watches over me. And I have, you know, pictures of Pac in the house, too. But Big is number one. But, yeah, Aaliyah, man, I just, there's no words. I can't, like, I don't even know how to describe it. She was just phenomenal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there'll never be another one. Ever. Ever again.
Why is that? Why do you feel like, why is that? Because I feel this way too with like hip hop legends. Like, there just can't be.
Yeah, there'll never be another Biggie.
No.
Never.
Like,
nope. And everybody's trying to like always, oh, this guy's the new Pac. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
That person is their own person.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, no, they're not gonna be Pac because Pac is Pac because of what he went through. Like his mom, his life situations and getting shot and all of that. That's why Pac is Pac. You feel me?
Yeah.
Biggie was Biggie because of his story. How you gonna duplicate another man's story?
You can't.
You feel me? He's not Biggie just because he rapped really good. No. He's Biggie because he had a real story.
Right.
You feel me? So, and Aaliyah too, like where she came from, like her family, all of that, like her whole situation, her whole background, like that's what made Aaliyah. So those type of things, you just can't duplicate that. So they'll never be. Those people will just always be the one and only.
How do you think you feel, you know, like when, you know, you're at that point where people are saying, oh, she's the next Raven Sorvino, like blah blah blah, like is that flattery because, you know, they're comparing, you know, this great girl, this person who wants to be you, but yet you're like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's only one me.
It's only one me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's flattering, but yeah. Do you?
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody just do them. You feel me? Like, and that like I even had to back up off the Aaliyah thing. Like a lot of people were like, producers will send me beats with a lot of Aaliyah samples, and I'll be like, bro, I'm not gonna keep doing Aaliyah beats, bro. You feel me? I did it. You feel me? Like I'm not gonna base the career off of Aaliyah. Like that's not even fair to
and it's
her.
good that you
her
caught
name.
that
You feel
early
me?
up.
Like
Absolutely. So. Okay. So what is it like? Many of us, we obviously network in our city, but you have a base in Cali, you have a base in Texas, you have a base here in New York. What is it like networking in a different city? Is there like a little bit of scouting them beforehand, like okay, I'm gonna fuck with him, I'm not gonna fuck with him, or like people introducing you over Skype? How does that work?
I have really good managers,
okay.
And my manager TK, he's excellent with that type of stuff. So if I'm going into a city, that's his job to find out what's going on in this area, and maybe I need to connect Raven with this person, or I need to connect her with that person, or she needs to go here, take some pictures. This is a good photographer in that city, or whatever the case may be. My manager, he puts those, he connects those dots, for sure.
So who are some
and then
artists?
me too, like in New York, like I pretty much like I do my own PR out here.
Yeah, because you've been here for a minute.
Yeah.
You've been you're like a resident in New York and now.
Pretty much,
kinda,
yeah, really. Like dead ass.
So who are some artists in the city that you really fuck with, and who you plan to work with in the future?
Here in New York?
Yeah.
Let's see, who's from New York? I mean, my buddies, Chris Casanova. I love me some Chris Casanova. He's so awesome.
Yeah.
And it's not just like that I respect him. He's a friend too. Like we have a mutual respect for each other. So it's not like if we did a record, it would be like our energies would be all over the place. Like it would sync. Yeah, it would sync. You feel me? Because we know each other. Yeah. And we talk. Let me see. Of course, Rocky. I want to work with Rocky. I haven't met him a couple of times too. And I'm pretty cool with the mob. Some of the guys that when we see each other, it's always love.
That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah. So I would love to work with Rocky. I feel like me and him would make something really incredible because he's got that H-Town vibe with the New York, and he's into fashion. I'm into fashion.
Yeah.
I'm from H-Town.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think he talks about real player stuff, like you know what I'm saying. Like he's real wavy. You feel me? So like I feel like we would just make something so incredible together.
Dope.
So yeah, Rocky's definitely up in New York, number one on my list, and it's Harlem, man.
Oh yeah.
Harlem, stand up.
So what is it like?
And another one, I'm sorry, Action Bronson. I love
Action
it.
Bronson.
I love
Okay.
Action
I
Bronson.
do too, actually.
Yeah.
Yo, matter of fact, just to kind of jump from Action Bronson to someone who he has had a checkered past with, would you do work with Azalea Banks?
I think Azalea's really dope. Yes.
Yeah, me too.
She's dope.
I think she is too.
She's very talented.
I always like to.
Yeah.
And she has her own lane.
Right.
And
she's confident.
She carved her own lane. This is what I'm doing. You feel me? Like she would jump on this bandwagon, and she got great looks early. You feel me? She's outspoken, but okay, that's her.
That's
who
her.
she is.
And that's always what I liked about any person. If you want to be outspoken, please be it.
Yeah.
Don't shut up.
Yeah.
Don't ever shut
If
up.
that's who you are.
Yes. But don't act like that's who you are. And then when it comes down to it, you really not about that life.
I think she about that life.
She is about that life. She's definitely.
I've never seen her back down.
Nah, she's definitely about that life.
She'll even going against Pharrell and saying that and she didn't I don't know. Did she even feel bad? She was just like, my career could probably end right now, me going against him, but this is how I feel about it. And she took that chance. So.
Okay. So, what is it like choosing ad-libs? Like, I know if you work with with a bunch of different producers, right? So is the ad-lib conversation, standard across the board, or is it a situation where y'all blend y'all song together while he or she is still sounding like themselves as the producer, and you're still sounding like yourself as the artist? What's that?
You mean ad-libs as far as like?
Yeah, like the
tracks.
Yeah, for the tracks.
Like the vocals that you hear in the background of your lyrics.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Those are fun. It depends on the song. Like if I'm rapping, like my flow is real rapidy and very sporadic, and I'm changing up. I try not to put a bunch of ad libs on there because it's just too congested. It's too cluttered.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's doing too much.
Okay.
Yeah. And now I used to double like the end of the last bar. I would double those so just you can hear it and punch real good. It sound real good. Yeah. But now I'm just like one take now. Like just give me one track, and maybe I'll throw like a couple ad libs like
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my little signatures.
Okay. I like that. what do you think about women in hip hop from a respect standpoint? Like, are you satisfied with where it's at in 2015, or do you think hip hop and women should be further at this point?
Yeah, we should be further for sure, but that's just all of us gotta just come together, stop being so damn petty, and just respect each other and support each other. That's just really what it is. Like, I ran into Lil Debbie the other day. You know what I'm saying? Some people might feel a certain type of way about Lil Debbie, but she's a cool girl and she gets her grind on. Like, I respect her hustle. You feel me? Like, she stays in the studio. You know what I mean? Whatever you might think about her, you know, that's none of my business. But what I do know and what I see with my own eyes is that girl works.
Yeah.
You feel me? And she's dedicated to, like, she's so serious about this music shit. So how can you not respect that? You feel me? So yeah, I respect Lil Debbie. Like, she's cool, and every time I see her, it's all love. Like, we did the Coke 45 commercial together.
Yes, I've seen that. Yep.
Yep. So I would like to do something, like do a little tour, maybe meet Lil Debbie. I don't know, like Katie got bands. You know what I'm saying? Just get everybody. I like Leaf. Is the girl Leaf?
Yeah, I heard about
really
her
dope.
recently.
Yeah, when I see her, it's all love.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's just time for us to put that all love and put it together, some business, and go get some money together.
That's it. That's women should be. We have the power. I mean, we are the power. No offense, but we are.
No, I believe
So-
that.
And you know how many people are gonna come and how many guys are gonna come?
That's what I'm trying to say.
I remember back in the day, Alicia Keys, Beyonce, and Missy did a tour.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, because I seen the T-shirt, the concert T-shirt.
Yeah.
I went and I was like, there was a tour. Beyonce, Alicia Keys, and Missy Elliott. That's insanity.
Every single venue packed.
You know what I was surprised when I was at a 7th Street concert, right? At SOB's way back. It was all guys. All guys.
Really?
And you may think, oh, it's gay guys. No, it's all straight men. Like that
She
really
is.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
And-
even like Nikki taking Tanasha and Dej
Yeah.
Loaf on
Oh
tour.
yeah.
How dope is that?
Yeah.
I was that's what I want to see. Like, I want to see Nikki do that. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, you Nikki, you got it. Like,
Yeah,
this
you
is
already
what's-
up there. You're the top tier. It's
right.
okay. We get it. Nobody
that's
coming
when
to take you down.
That's
Only
what
way
makes
you
me
gonna
like
come
you.
down is if you take yourself down.
Yeah.
No girl's gonna come fuck
Nah.
with you.
Right.
That's your shit.
You got it. I'm really happy that we had Raven today.
Absolutely.
Here on the Encore radio show Saturday morning. She hit me up like, yo, I'm gonna be in New York. I said, oh, you coming through?
Yep.
That's it. Like, it was.
All love.
That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to get her in here, and I'm really happy that you took the time out to come this morning.
Oh, no doubt.
Bless us with your presence.
Facts. Pretty pink. What date we got for that?
Yeah.
No date yet.
No date yet.
Let's keep this.
Summer.
Stay tuned.
Summer.
Oh yeah, for sure. The
Summer,
first single will be out. Hopefully we get out next week.
Okay.
I have we doing something a little different now. We hired a PR firm.
There we go.
right.
There we go.
All right.
Trying to move on up now.
Yeah.
I was gonna hit the
And
song.
my PR guys he's the
He's dope.
shit.
That's what's
yeah.
up.
So
Man.
we got a PR firm. You know what I'm saying? Now we own PR. Got them on payroll now. So
Yes.
the first single, Next Tell Chirp, produced by Woody and Hyphen, featuring Gangsta Boo.
I
Next
can't
Tell
wait.
Chirp.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Oh man, the things
It's
I gotta
lit.
say about that already. All
I
right,
know.
all right, well, folks, this was an Encore Radio interview here with Raven Sorvino. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Encore Radio Show, SoundCloud, iTunes Podcast, all the same thing. And make sure you guys follow Raven Sorvino at Raven Sorvino, Sorvino on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And Tumblr. Tumblr.
But you got
my new,
Snapchat too.
Yeah, my new with this bucket hat babe, but my new Tumblr will be up to promote Pretty Pink. It's Pretty Pinky Ring.
Facts.
Pretty
All right, folks, and we out.
Get
It's the
that
Encore
website
Radio
up
Show.
soon. It'll be up and going by next week.
Liz.
Yeah.
Good morning, folks.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes.
The birds are chirping.
Wow.
I'm leaving that in the podcast. I hope you know that.
Oh, it's still recording, right?
It's lit.
Yeah. What you doing? This is an Indie Creative Network production, executively produced by Copastatic and Dominaire Media.